Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to be doing a random collective reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, I do astrology or tarot. My information is down below. All of my readings are timeless. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Don't force it to fit you. Don't force me to fit you. If you're interested in another reading, you can check out many of my other timeless readings. And if it's me that you're not interested in, there are plenty of other tarot readers. Anyway, I am not coming into this today with a message to start. We're just going to raw dog it. Sorry, that's what was on my heart to say. Let me light some sage. And please, if you do like what you see here, or if you watch and you are not subscribed, like and subscribe. I'm not too cool to ask you to do that because it helps me and it helps the channel. So I'm going to bless you. Will bless me. This is our spiritual condom for the raw dogging reading we're about to do. Anyway, we're just going to I'd like to tap into what is going on for the collective here. So we got two cards popped out, the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands. The Queen of Cups, she's in her emotions. The cups are water. That's our feelings, unconditional love. She wants to be loved and supported. She is loving and supportive. This is the card that I put in the spot called internal. So this is kind of what we're feeling on the inside. We may be looking at our cup. How full is our cup? Are we feeling emotionally satisfied? Are we loving ourselves? Are we nurturing ourselves? Are we nursing hurt feelings? What are we contemplating emotionally? And in general, we are just feeling emotionally contemplative, so you might be in your feels. She came out with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, this is action. This is a new beginning. Wands are manifestation, the spiritual journey, taking action. It's passion, creativity, momentum, movement. With wands, we feel that like at our back. And you know what's, oh my God, really crazy? I look at the cards visually too. The wand is like being held at her back. So maybe there's momentum towards moving in a new direction. This is all something that we're examining or imagining within. Like there's a new beginning or something we want to start, or a direction we feel like we are meant to go. Like you can feel the wind at your back, but you're kind of like looking at your cup, maybe in your feels. And this can apply to men or women. The queen simply represents being in our feminine of like, this is an inner process and it's an internal card. So this is very much on the inside. But that Ace of Wands is like lighting us up from behind, wanting to go somewhere. Like we can feel it. Are we ignoring it? Are we ignoring action that can be taken? We know it's back there, but we're like, in my feels. The external card, so I put this in front, the Two of Pentacles. We're juggling. Pentacles are earth energy. We're getting all the suits. Earth energy is things that we can touch, things that are tangible in our life, our home, our health, our physical body, our finances. With the Two of Pentacles, he is juggling. So maybe we're just very busy. Like we feel this momentum behind us, but we're already busy juggling other things. And there's an emotional, there's something emotional that we have to harness or, just something we have to feel our way into whatever this start is that wants to occur. And we're just juggling. Now, there are ships in the back. So there's an element to this card of like, ignoring or being unable to pay attention to much else going on in the world. They're big waves, and you might imagine that the people on the ship are like screaming, or because they're like being thrown topsy-turvy in the water, and that guy can only juggle. He can't distract himself with anybody else's problem or anybody else's boat capsizing or whatever. He's already consumed with whatever it is that he is juggling. So that's us on the external. The outside is busy. So there could be an element to the Two of Pentacles of like, usually I think this with the Two of Swords, but with the Two of Pentacles, there might be almost an avoidance to whatever this beginning is, but it's like a fire burning in our hearts to move. All right. So we got all the suits up here. I call this the God spot. We have the Eight of Swords. We feel trapped, mentally trapped. She has a blindfold on. The blindfold means we can't see the future. We can't know the future. We don't know what's coming. Are feeling trapped, but the premise behind the card is that this can be like victim mentality. There's nowhere for me to go. You have to think outside the box with the Eight of Swords. We don't want to be complacent. The story behind the card is that she's only loosely bound. And if she would wiggle free and take the blindfold off, the swords represent thoughts that we have trapped ourselves or backed ourselves into a corner, or even gotten ourselves into a difficult situation that is going to require agility to get out of. But there is always a way out. Once she wriggles free and removes the blindfold, she'll see that she isn't as boxed in as she believes herself to be. There is an opening in the swords that she could navigate her way out of. And that's coming from the higher perspective spot. So where I call like God looking down, or our guides looking down, or spirit looking down on us. Are we in our victim mentality? Are we feeling sorry for ourselves? Are we, there's this new opportunity, kind of wind at our back. We're in our feels. Maybe we're keeping this to ourselves. Maybe we have a hiccup. Maybe we have an intuition. Maybe we are just wishing for more, or wanting to feel fulfillment or satisfaction emotionally. And this wand is like, it's like, come on, you've got to take action. That's what it is. I don't care how much you're keeping yourself busy with these pentacles that you're juggling out here. You cannot ignore this wand, this new beginning behind your back, even if it means being busier. Because, it doesn't have to be two things that we're juggling. It could be like yourself versus a partner, or you versus others in general, or like job and home. So we've got to take action. There's some kind of action that needs to be taken. And we've got to think outside the box. We've got to get outside of victim mentality. Seven of Pentacles. I kind of wanted to ask, as I was shuffling that, I was thinking like, what's the advice? Seven of Pentacles, he has invested, and his investments are represented in this bush, right? There are all of these pentacles on the bush. He can only take one out. The symbolism in that, and especially coming out for advice, is that, at the Seven of Pentacles is a point of frustration. Like, oh my gosh, I've been investing and investing and investing, and this is all I can take out of it. There can be like do I stay or do I go? So some of you might be contemplating like, I've put so much time, effort, and energy into whatever such a thing, and I've gotten this out of it. Do I continue to invest, or do I not invest in that thing anymore and move along? This Ace of Wands only you know the answer. That's the kind of reader I am. You know your own fucking answers. Like, what are you feeling when I'm describing the cards? The Ace of Wands can signify that there is something new to invest in, but it can also simply mean a renewal in your energy, or a renewal in enthusiasm, or like, okay, getting your gusto back. But that's going to it's imperative to move, to take action, to, not to become stagnant or complacent, or to just feel like the victim. Let me get all right. I'm gonna do one of the I want to clarify this Eight of Swords, where Spirit is looking down and like, hey, you're being the victim. When I see sword cards up in the higher perspective spot, this is where it's like, are you remembering to pray? Are you just thinking that like only you can fix everything in your world? Where is your faith? Do a check-in. How have you talked to God? Have you talked to your guides? However, your higher self, however that goes for you. Have you tapped in? Have you surrendered? Have you requested help? Or are you just thinking like, no, nothing, everything, the worst things always happen to me. My life just sucks. All right. We got the pack. So this card is to clarify that Eight of Swords up there. God's like, you down there on earth, you're all up in your head. I can't even reach you. Like they're, get back in your heart. Inner work, deep connections, soul tribe. The pack. It's number 38. I want to read that one a little bit. So, read this deck in a while. Okay. Oh, have you found those people who hold space for you? Those people who allow you as much time as you need to talk if you need it, or to be unabashedly yourself and act as you wish. These individuals do exist, and they can be found. Seeking the help that you require is entirely your choice. There are forms of healing found in counseling and talking circles. Some people are fortunate enough to receive support from friends and family, as well as from pets, animals, and plants. It's essential to be able to talk and express your truth to those who are simply listening and accepting you into their hearts. Your story may not be for everyone to hear, but you can find the support that will aid you so you may align with your highest self. You can communicate with Mother Earth, and if you like, unload your burdens on her. She is compassionate, nurturing, and helpful in transferring whatever energy you don't want to bear. Examine what you want to leave behind, like a snake losing its skin or a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, and let the earth transform it. Allow yourself to gather and release this energy by sitting in prayer or meditation in nature. It's vital to remember that before you can be of service to others or assist them, you must first heal, and everyone's road is different. This commonality in healing work is formed through making space for others to tell their truth. You might be receiving a call to be a healer if you've noticed this need in someone else. The act of healing begins with the skill of being able to listen. Practice. I don't know how this is going to work out in like the next recording, but my computer keeps like creating breaks. Anyway, I'm very frustrated by it. I already started this again once, so I'm not doing it again. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I've been reading my Codependence Anonymous book, and some of the stuff was in there. So, do you need help? Is it, are you thinking you're the victim, but you're not reaching out to anyone? Whether that's in prayer, or even it could be other people. Maybe this queen is looking at her cup. Maybe there is momentum that needs to be gained, but we can't figure every fucking thing out by ourselves. Maybe you need a sounding board. And this this isn't like a get like a bitch fest, but more like somewhere to speak your truths so that you can figure out what it is you're meant to do. That's one of the things that I love about being a reader is that back in my like heydays when I was drinking and all of that, I always talked to everybody to ask them, what should I do? What should I do? I don't know what to do. What should I do? Like everything that came up in my life. And what I was really doing is finding other people to tell me what to do so that when I did that, if it didn't work out, I could just be mad and be like, well, that's what everybody said I should do. So I'm not talking about that kind of speaking. And people are more than happy often to tell you what the fuck to do. And it's usually their own advice to themselves or how they would have handled a situation in their life differently. Now I have friends who listen as I sort things out for me. And you know that's kind of what I'm talking about here. Like maybe you're just holding something in and it's confusing. It's confusing because you can't air it out or hear yourself say different possible outcomes or avenues. Maybe you think that you do know the answer, but until you speak the possibilities, that's part of the process of taking action. And the whole like codependency thing, I was talking about how I was reading my Codependence Anonymous book. This is like that's this card exactly where you're relying on other people's opinions than your own. Maybe it's difficult. And that's what sometimes speaking things out loud or with someone who is a good listener, or even Mother Nature, if you don't feel like you have that good sounding board in your life, somebody who will constructively just or actively listen and help you figure out what it is that you want to do, then, you know, talk to Mother Earth, talk to God, talk to your higher self, whatever you want to call it. But um, it doesn't have to be like rolling around in your head. It's almost like that's part of the action is just getting it out. What is it even? You don't even know. Like it might not even be out. Like you're just stuck in here with these thoughts bouncing around and water flowing and emotions rolling around. Maybe there's ocean waves. You think everybody's too busy for you. You don't have time to put down one of, you know, your pentacles for a minute and figure out what else it is that needs to be taken care of. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Um, I appreciate you stopping by, especially if you're still here, and I hope you have a great day on Earth. Peace. Namaste.